My master line is not as doesn't parallel this very well. It's like I said, this is a difficult one to do. Another reason I'm doing this very shallow is the age of this gun. The points on the checkering would not be super sharp and standing way up high. They will be a bit flattened, and I'm going to leave them flat. I'm not going to try to make them super tall and pointy. It'll look out of place on the age of this gun. So the forearm, I'm going to barely clean up those points. Barely. Just going to deepen them a little bit, mainly get the trash out of them. And just leave it at that. And then I'm going to make these to match that, so they won't be super sharp and pointed. Okay, I'm making the bottom a triple, and the bottom goes in first, and then that gets hard to explain. This one here comes and sits down on top of it. They don't cross through each other. These triple borders are of the devil. Okay, you can see how the bottom goes in first, and then this other sits down on top of it, I think. The checkering pattern comes in from here and goes inside from right there. Now I'm going to let these crisscross each other on this top. I got my master line so close to my edge. It's what I did was not a good thing. I should have brought it over a little bit. See, my master lines are 20 lines. My field is 20 lines per inch. My border is 22. Okay, I got this thing all nice and slick. Get every mark out of it. I got my checkering pattern outline drawn on both sides and cut in. And I've got to put some stress on this, some age, because this thing is, I don't know how old, very, very old. It's got, you know, it's got a lot of years on it. And it can't have a brand new slick stock like this. It just doesn't go. So I'm going to age it. Unfortunately, I keep my aging tools outside. And this morning in Tennessee in January, it was 5 degrees, nice balmy 5 degrees. And now it's up, I don't know, 15. It's about 11 o'clock. It's about 15 degrees out here. So I'm gonna put some age marks on this thing. And this is actually kind of fun for me. Okay, these aging tools are called rocks. And they put nice little random scratches. But you can't have them going all the same direction. So you're gonna do a lot more scratches up here on this top. So you're gonna have to really ding it. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, here's a nice aging tool. We're gonna put one right there. Oh wow, that's beautiful. And the bottoms, they always get some dings on around those pistol grips. And let's see, let's put some right here on this side. Oh, a little blood. That's good. Down here on the toe. Now what we'll do is go in and sand these out. Yeah, that's probably about enough. I'll sand some of that out, and I'll show you how to make the rest of it look pretty old. It looks pretty old. That's about 10 more years worth of old right there. All right, I just got done banging this thing up on gravel and scratching it all up and everything. The problem is those nice brand new scratches look all nice and new. So you can't have new scratches. You got to have old, smoothed off, kind of aged scratches. See, those are nice and sharp. So what I got to do is take some real fine 220 and go back over this, all of it, and smooth out the rough edges on those scratches so they look older. Matter of fact, bear down on them just a little bit. If they get a little dipped out, so be it. This thing's probably been refinished a time or two in its life. It's 100 and something years old. Somebody's probably gone at it with some steel wool or something. We're going to try to smooth out some of that new crisp scratch. I've seen things that are stressed before. I call it aged, but I've seen stressed furniture and home furnishings and home decor and stuff. And they use bolts and screws and chains and those kinds of things, and they're just too rhythmic. They're too easy to recognize what made that mark. That's why I like rocks. And every now and then I'll just take something and just whack it. You know, just like that right there. But that could be anything. All right, I've got those hard edges off of the rocks marks. Now I'm going to show you how to age it even more. All right. Get you some black paint. Just any old El Segundo brand oil-based black paint. And rub it all over that. And what that's going to do, it's going to go into those little dings. And it's going to stick. You're not going to let it dry and stay there. Just rub it on it and rub it right back off. And if it dries before you get a chance to rub it off, just put a little paint thinner on a rag. And that'll help cut it off of there. Be sure you get it down in those dings. If you got any real deep dings, just push it in there. Now the checkering, I'm going to put linseed oil tinted with black into the checking. But I'm going to do that after all the finish work is done. So this is going to go on first, and then I'm going to finish it, get all my finish work done, and then I'll come back and checker it. And just wipe that off as best you can. If too much of it stays on there, like I said, take paint thinner and it'll loosen it up. This gives it a look of age that I don't know any other way to get this. I came up with this a few years ago when I was making a stock for an old shotgun that the guy had been in the family a long time, and it had killed somebody. It had killed one of his great whoever's. And so they disabled it, and the stock got broken during that little disabling process. I think they sort of wrapped it around a tree.